Hello and welcome. My name is Kirsty and I'm going to be your trainer today. So first things first, we're going to go through some health and safety. So just ensure that you've got a clear space. I've got my living room and I've got rid of the dog so I won't have any accidents. And just ensure that you're wearing comfortable but quite tight fitting clothing that you can move around in. So I typically have leggings and a t-shirt, and then I've got some supportive trainers. But again, it's so that you're comfortable at home, so that we can do a full body workout today. So this is a great workout. You can spread this out during the day, or you can do it as one session. Really good for mobility and your joints, and really functional, hopefully, in terms of a lot of us have been working at home. Another few things, so make sure you grab a bottle of water, which is always trusty because hopefully we'll get a bit of a sweat. And also, if you have any health issues in which you want to check, please contact a clinician or a health professional who can advise you. And if you do have any other pains or niggles during these workouts, please do stop. Maybe take a regression or even stop altogether. I don't want that if you have any of those issues that those will pop up. So please bear that in mind. Don't continue with an exercise if you feel any pain or any true discomfort, essentially, that may affect the rest of the day, or if you have any health issues in which you want to check with. Also, I'm going to go through the equipment list. So I've got a towel for the floor. We've got 2 tins of equal weight, and then we've also got a backpack as well. I've also got a sofa and a seat, which is useful for the squat movement. So when we come to that, I'll explain further. So and I've also got a trusty set of bathroom scales, which I'll go into. So hopefully today will be a bit of movement, bit of something you can do at home in your own time, and it'll just mean that we can all have this workout together. So how very exciting! So the first exercise is a squat, which is one of my favourites because it's really functional. It works multiple muscle groups as being a compound movement, which means that we're using the quads, the glutes, the core, some of the hamstrings. So again, really great movement, useful when you want to get off sofas or out of the car or go to the bathroom. So one of my kind of go-tos all of the time. So for all of these exercises, we're going to do 3 sets of 8 with a rest in between. So I'm going to show you the squat from the front. So we've got a body weight squat. So you want your feet hip distance apart. You may want your toes pointed out to make sure your knees don't go over your toes. So because everyone's hip anatomy can be slightly different. So what you want to do is come down and up, down and up, down and up. I'm going to show you from the side. So then we've got down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. And then what you want to do is just make sure that core's really tight. So for a final one, I'm just going to face you again and come down and back up. So again, keep that core tight, nice straight back, and it'll work a load of muscle groups. So for a bit of a regression, if that's a bit too tricky, grab yourself a seat, and I'm going to show you from the side. Same movement, but this time you're going to be supported by sitting in the seat and getting back off. If you want to use a sofa, you can come down and even use your hands to push off. And if you did want to do, if that's a bit too easy, for a progression, if you put the backpack on your back, and then what we can do is the same movement. So I think that's a really great way to progress, and you can weigh this on the scales and then add more weight as you need. So the second exercise is another one. It's a push-up. So the one a lot of people want to be able to do, which is why I've got my trusty towel. So you haven't got to have an expensive mat. You just got to put the towel on the floor, which I'll do now. And what we're going to start with is on the knees, essentially. So you want a part plank position, and you want your wrists over your shoulders, and you really want to brace the core, look forward and come down, and keep those elbows in tight, and then come back up. So again, we're doing 8 of these. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And again, really good for the core, your arms, your triceps, your back. There's a lot going on there, your chest. So again, really good functional movement, lot going on here. So that feels a bit too hard because that is really quite a tricky one. You can regress it back to a box push-up. So instead of leaning forward a bit, you want to be perfectly aligned with your knees under your hips and then your hands under your shoulders. And it's effectively the same movement. So you come down and up, down and up. And if you want a bit of a progression, you can take it up to your feet and make sure you brace the core again, and down, up, down and up. So again, really great movement, works a lot of muscle groups. So I think that's a really fantastic one. Again, like the squat, 3 sets of 8 is great for that. So really build over time then. So what we're going to do then is finish with a few isolation exercises. So we've got our trusty tin cans in your cupboard, and what we're going to do is our overhead press. So you want to go up and down, up and down. Keep that core braced. 3, and then really push through the shoulders. 5, and I'll show you from the side. 6, 7 and 8. And then our next exercise is a lat raise. So this is where your arms will be at your side and you'll lift them up to shoulder height. No need to go over. Just really want to work the muscles on the shoulders. Really keep that core braced for stability. 5, 6, 7 and 8. So again, really strong movement there, and I think that's a really great way to go. And then the final exercise is a front raise. So similar move, so you're still stood in the same position and you can start from the front, and then what you're going to do is lift at the front again for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3 sets of 8 of each of those exercises. Really great. If that's a bit too tricky, you can do all of those exercises without weight and it'll be still the same movement and really the same muscles are working. So really great mobility exercise. And if you want a progression, because that's that's a bit too easy, put all 3 exercises together to make a tricep. So you can go overhead press with the weights, so do 8 of those. Then you do your lat raises for 8, then you do your front raises for 8, and then you'll have a break after 3 of those, and then do 3 sets. So really burn the muscle, really work on that shoulder, and get those big strong shoulders, which is really great for particularly if you're having to work from home and keep a good posture. So I really love that exercise. So hopefully after all that you should have, you should feel a bit of heart rate, and you've had a good workout. I know I have, and I've only just demonstrated a few of these to you, so definitely my go-to. What I would say with all of these exercises is today I haven't showed you a warm-up or a cool-down, so just ensure that you do those in your own time, maybe a few star jumps, maybe running on the spot, just to get that heart rate up. And then when you cool down, make sure you stretch those muscles back out, re-lengthen, and make sure that you can go on with your day and make sure you're feeling ready and supple for the rest of the day. And I think it's also worth to note that this is really great even if you live in a flat or on the first floor. So as we weren't jumping on the ground, it's really great for you don't want to make too much noise, particularly with being from home. So I hope you really enjoyed that today. I know I did, and I hope that you'll come and join me again. So great to see you. Thank you very much. Bye.